The WNBA was just rocked by the Indiana Fever, and Caitlin Clark's bullies are now formally under notice.
Today, did you, when you went and kind of swatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am. So yeah.
Did you and Marina kind of laugh about it afterwards? It looked like there was later on in the game they caught you guys laughing about it.
No, I just told you I didn't even know I hit her. So I can't laugh about something I didn't know happened.
The league's most exciting rookie suffered a harsh welcome to the pros last season.
Call. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
There is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. And we have to acknowledge that. And so the part of it is, why did she have to go to play in Russia?
They wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay her.
They wouldn't pay, not because she was black, but because...
Cheap Pictures defenders attempted and failed to slow her down, but the days of hard fouls and outright targeting are over.
Especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it, and I'm a huge fan, and I never say that, but I think it's fun what she's doing.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem.
Sophie Cunningham has officially landed in Indiana, teaming up with Caitlin Clark in a move that took fans by storm. There's no holding back from the outspoken.
The Fever has made it apparent that you will have to deal with Clark's new enforcers before pursuing her.
Especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it, and I'm a huge fan, and I never say that, but I think it's fun what she's doing.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem.
Sophie Cunningham has officially landed in Indiana, teaming up with Caitlin Clark in a move that took fans by storm. There's no holding back from the outspoken.
Natasha Howard enters. 3 seasoned celebrities who bring a Noon's attitude and toughness experience to Indiana are Sophie Cunningham and Dananna Boner.
An outstanding offensive rebounding team.
Clark connects! Confident in her mid-range.
And I think Iowa is okay giving up the mid-range.
Here's the players. Clark, backdoor, Martin, easy two. It was Poa who drew 2 offensive fouls on Clark in last year's national.
This is about sending a statement, not just about keeping Clark safe. Before we get into the drama, make sure to like, and subscribe to our channel. This is a tale you won't want to miss, and we've covered every angle. The Fever isn't here to play nice. They're here to dominate.
That opportunity. Caitlin Clark for 3, rattles it around for her first deep shot.
Well, she's definitely taken that golden advice. Recently, being the first.
She plays hard. I like the way she plays. I love her. I love the way Caitlin Clark is playing. The game right now is just at an all-time high for the females.
Breaking news to professional evaluation, we want you to stay informed. So please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and let's dive right into the topic.
In the second half, as we look at Diamond DeShields.
Although Caitlin Clark's first season was nothing short of amazing, it had a cost. She became a target as soon as she took the court. Defenders were acting dishonestly in addition to playing hard.
I hear stories from your 3rd grade teacher. Well, I got kicked out of PE class like quite a bit when I was younger. Yeah, they had to have my parents come in and have meetings about me being too competitive in PE class, so that was something. But yeah, I think like growing up with an older brother, like he definitely pushed me. He never took it easy on me. And I think my parents could definitely tell from a very young age how competitive I was. Like the day he learned how to ride his bike, I was like, no, I'm doing that too. Like, Mom and Dad, take my training wheels off. Like,
Cheap Pictures, the figures don't lie. Body checks and flagrant fouls became commonplace in her game. At times, it felt more like a full-contact sport than basketball. The Chicago Sky were the worst offenders, accounting for an astounding 80% of those flagrant fouls. Whether it was frustration, intimidation, or simply old-fashioned bullying, the message was clear. Clark was the target of a startling 177% of all flagrant fouls in the WNBA last season. That's not just tough defense, it's a deliberate attempt to intimidate.
Everybody's physical with me. You know, they get away with things that, you know, probably other people don't get away with. And it's tough, but that's just the fact of the matter is that this is a very physical game. But yeah, I mean, you get pressure. That's just professional basketball. So I think it is what it is, honestly.
Although Clark wasn't going to have an easy ride, the truth is that she is not only resilient, but also unbreakable. Even after suffering severe blows, she picked herself up and continued to play.
You know, in some ways, it started with me and Diana in our show getting interviewed by Scott Van Pelt, and Diana having, you know, her response, which if you go back and watch it, and I don't mean to split hairs here, but it is just another moment where things get taken onto social media and they just grow and people spew and it turns into something.
Her ability to remain composed under duress is what makes her unique. But the Fever knew they couldn't allow her to endure another season without protection, so they sent in the enforcers. The Fever's front office didn't just stand by and watch their star suffer.
Easy lay-in for two. Offensive rebound, lays it in. Herself, fade away. Yeah.
With Natasha Howard on board, they made significant moves. Daniela Boner and Sophie Cunningham were the team that Indiana has assembled is capable of playing fast, play tough, and, above all, protecting their franchise player. The bullies who believed they could rough up Clark without facing any repercussions are about to receive a nasty awakening tea. Tasha Howard, a three-time WNBA champion, past Defensive Player of the Year, and veteran with more than 300 games played, is more than just another addition to the Indiana Fever. She is the enforcer the team sorely needed. Howard adds a level of expertise and toughness that completely transforms a team's identity.
The signing of Natasha Howard represents a massive step forward for the Indiana Fever and their quest for a championship. In Howard, the Fever gain a three-time WNBA champion, a Defensive Player of the Year, an All-Star, and a veteran with more than 300 games played. And for Natasha Howard, her signing with the Indiana Fever also represents a return to her WNBA roots. In 2014, Howard was selected with the 5th pick in the WNBA draft by...
The message was obvious as soon as she entered the dressing room. No longer is Caitlin Clark a simple target.
Everyone, this is APO Sports, and it's been a while. It's been a long time. Damn, I don't even remember the last time. Look at me. Look at this huge beard. What we've got going on. But anyways, exciting times are here. The season is about to start, next month? We really don't have that much time left between now and the beginning of the season, so let's get our player spotlight situation going. Today, as promised, we're going to be talking about Natasha Howard. So that's going to be our first player spotlight going on here on the channel for this season. Of course, Natasha Howard, she signed as a free agent with the Indiana.
Her defensive skills are unrivaled, and her length, physicality, and aggressive manner make life difficult for anyone who challenges her. She is a nightmare for opponents trying to score in the paint.
Play the sport to be role models for girls and young boys, because a lot of kids don't have role models out here. So I'm happy that I have the opportunity, this platform, to be a role model to young boys and young girls out here, because you see a lot of boys and girls that don't want to play sports because they don't have a role model to look up to. So with my platform, this is what I want to do, and this is the reason why I play the game. This is why I love the game and want to give it to the next generation.
Howard is a game changer on both ends of the court. In the previous season, she averaged 17.6 points, 6.7 rebounds, and almost 3 assists per game. Her ability to stretch the floor with her shooting gives Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston even more room to work.
Clip of you on WNBA. You know where I'm going. WNBA All-Star Game. Oh, this is a good clip, okay? I was like, where is she going with this? Now, another Indiana Fever player, soon to be teammate, Caitlin Clark. Have you heard of her? You happened to have a little interaction with her, and it was said that you were potentially asking her to come to Phoenix.
I totally was.
And maybe the joke was on us, because maybe she was asking you to come to the Fever?
No, maybe I just put in the atmosphere and it happened. But how funny is that? Like I never really even saw myself leaving Phoenix.
However, Howard's postseason expertise may be the most crucial aspect of her coming. The Fever are a youthful team with a lot of promise, but only seasoned players can muster the poise and leadership needed to make deep postseason runs.
Fever are trading for a multi-dimensional wing. Capable.
Three is good. Cunningham from the corner.
Locking down defenders.
Several deflections.
Passion and emotion into the game and into her team. On offense.
Having participated in more than 50 postseason games, Howard has invaluable knowledge and understands what it takes to win. With Howard in the mix, she is bringing that mindset to Indiana. The Fever isn't merely retaliating. They're prepared to seize over if Sophie Cunningham was the perfect fit for Clark's desire for someone to control the bullies while draining threes. This offseason, the Fever wasn't only searching for talent, they were also seeking toughness. Add link 006 here. And Cunningham is the ideal enforcer for this young Fever because of her blazing energy, unrelenting attitude, and readiness to stir things up. In addition to being tough, Squad Cam is an exceptional shooter who hit 37.8% from beyond the arc last season. With Clark leading the offense, anticipate that percentage to rise even further, but Cunningham's contributions go beyond just shooting.
Sophie with an and one opportunity. She was going to attack the cup no matter, and another technical. And she has been tossed. An emphatic push by Sophie. And she will head to the locker room.
She is the kind of player who plays through contact, talks her talk, and backs it up, and she is actually a Taekwondo black belt. So any defenders considering going more physical with Clark this season might want to give it some serious thought. The addition of Ham significantly alters the Fever's lineup as she fills in as a versatile wing who can shoot, defend, and offer seasoned leadership. Because of her ability to stretch the floor, defenses can't just give up on Clark, and Boston teams attempt to double down. Clark with her involved, Cunningham will be waiting on the periphery, prepared to make them pay. The rest of the WNBA needs to pay attention because Indiana has just gotten much tougher.
The way they came back the second game, it just makes you excited to, okay, I want to be a part of that. They didn't lay down and quit. They came back and actually try to beat us early, that next game. So it just shows a lot about their character and how hungry they are, and I want to be a part of that.
Welcome back inside Fever Basketball. This is a moment that would have felt impossible just a couple of years ago. DeWanna Bonner sitting here in an Indiana Fever jersey, but a lot has changed in the past couple of years. I'm sure there were plenty of teams going for your services, DeWanna, so why was this the right opportunity for you?
I just feel like it was the location for one. My kids are literally right up the road, and I've spent a lot of time away from them, so that and the core that they have here now is just kind of...
With 2 WNBA titles, several All-Star selections, and a reputation as one of the league's most versatile forwards, DeWanna Bonner isn't merely joining the Indiana Fever to take a spot on the roster. She's here to change the team's culture. Bonner has a plethora of leadership experience and a dominant approach.
Offensive end and the defensive end getting still.
5 straight for Bonner. Push it.
She is already making it apparent that the Fever is here to win and not to continue the rebuilding mission.
The 3, and that's changed all of basketball at any level. That 3-point. 2 off the window.
Arrival shifts Indiana went from being a dynamic young team to winning a real championship. Contender is the ideal complement to Clark, Boston, and Mitchell because of her exceptional defense, clutch scoring, and floor-stretching skills.
The record-climbing bucket from DeWanna Bonner being acknowledged as she passes Candace Dupree and now is in the scoring list. And here was DeWanna Bonner a moment.
However, Bonner's commitment to her colleagues is what really sets her apart, not only her skill set. She is actively trying to take Clark Boston and Mitchell to new heights rather than merely signing a contract and going through the processes.
Signed one of the all-time greats who brings major big game experience to a time WNBA champion and quite literally the most experienced postseason. Her 87 playoff games are more than any player in WNBA history. Off points of all time and is third all-time in.
Although Bonner has played with some of the best guards in WNBA history, she finds something special about Clark that goes beyond her long-range shooting or her ability to make impossible passes. Rather, it's her unwavering competitive fire.
Things that are important. In New York, get a huge step forward. Came back, you worked, we got better. We grew. Hard thing to stomach when you think you've done everything you can do to win. If you guys don't stay together.
With Bonner in the mix, the Fever have the seasoned leadership and toughness they need to make a long playoff run. Bonner is known for pushing top players to reach new heights, and now she's taking over to lead Clark to superstardom.
Did you, when you went and kind of swatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me, but no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her, so obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am. So yeah.
Did you and Marina kind of laugh about it afterwards? It looked like there was later on in the game they caught you guys laughing about it?
No, I just told you I didn't even know I hit her, so I can't laugh about something I didn't know happened.
The Indiana Fever are a very different team now. With the addition of Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, and Dananna Bonner this offseason, the days of getting bullied and pushed around are over. The Fever have assembled a team that can play fast, play tough, and defend their star player.
Goes in the paint, rolls it over the front of the rim. Mitchell looks to push, leads Indiana.
Natasha Howard.
Mitchell buries the three. That was pretty.
For different reasons, but the joy in the locker room is there. That says a lot about the coaching and how they were able to keep people together.
How about coming off a career high? Answers again. Finishes. Satu had it.
This is about sending a statement, not just about acquiring talent. The Fever are here to dominate, not merely to compete.